What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the rundown. A day early today. So, our usual gang, we hope you're here. We're a day early, ready to talk about Last of Us season 2, episode 5, right?
Oh, dude, I
And
forgot about that.
yeah, yeah. And the last
Man,
3 episodes of Andor season 2, which I'm extremely excited to talk about. I only just finished it, not yesterday, I think. Yeah, yesterday or the day before yesterday. And we haven't talked about it, so I think that's
no,
good. We have
yeah,
not really talked
no.
about it, so this is going to be fresh. I actually really don't know how you feel, other than your arguments with often. I don't really know how you feel. But how are you anyway? Are you ready for this?
Dude, I feel so ill prepared because usually this is my Friday evening, and usually I have like whole Saturday to rewatch all of the episodes again. And then I can gather my thoughts about it and just pick up things that I maybe
Hmm.
didn't the first time. Um, and now I think I finished it yesterday. Um, I didn't have time to re-watch everything, dude. Anything
Mm.
even. So
I didn't get to
I've
rewatch
only
it
watched everything
once.
once, but I did watch Rebels a bit and Rogue One, so
Yes,
which
we
makes
did watch.
Andor so much more interesting.
Oh, bro, we have to talk about that too because
Yeah,
legit, like me and Lani watched it, Rebel One yesterday. So that yes, we finished Andor
yeah,
Wednesday, watched
yeah,
Andor, no, Thursday, and then watched Rogue One. Oh man, it's.
yeah.
I
So
mean, I
watching
like that.
Rogue
That's
One,
my favorite movie anyway, but it just made it so much better. Bloody
yeah. And
hell!
did you ever see Rebels?
I never watched the Rebels. No,
Okay, so
only what
Rebels
you guys have
season
shown me.
3 is even better. Just like Rogue One gets better because of it, or
Wow.
I should say it differently. Andor is even better when you watch Rogue One right after it,
Hmm.
and so is it when you watch Rebels season 3 right after it, because season 3 just picks up where Mon Mothma is doing her speech when they were saying,
Mm.
when Andor is saying, "Yeah, I've heard the speech already." That speech and her being picked up by Gold Team, that's like season 3 of Rebels.
Wow, that's so cool,
Yeah,
man. Look, because we love that. We were so into like, oh my god, this is this. Like it, everything made so much more sense. Everybody, you felt
dude.
way more connected to everybody in the film, and just seeing Andor's journey now, like coming to
Yeah,
conclusion. It was
yeah.
so well done, so well written. But we got to
I,
do Last of Us first,
yeah,
so
we
we
need to
we
start with
get to
Last of
excited.
Us, but that kind of feels like a chore now.
Oh god, it does. Uh, in saying that, though, I enjoyed the episode. I've got, I think, 6 pictures, 6 or 7 pictures again. I tried to keep it minimal because I saved the most for Andor,
Yeah,
being the finale and all. But we picked up with these guys. God, it feels so long ago now since I've watched
this
them.
is
Oh my
like a
god,
week
Andor and
ago.
Rebels. Look, this is still a good show. This is. I feel like they're holding me still with the tension. They're doing the tension really well in those moments, and this obviously had some unexpected turns in this episode for me. But I guess is this woman a part of the? You see this side in the game as well. Have you seen this in it? Maybe often.
I think. First of all, I don't think so. Second of all, I think in the game she's PlayStation girl, but I'm not sure. Which would be very funny if she was, but she kind of reminds me of it.
Okay.
Um, but I don't think this part is in the game.
Okay, it's basically just to set up what Bella gets into at the end, anyway, where we find her son locked down there, and that it's so
Oh
interesting.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
The
get it. So
spores,
this,
right? The spores in the
yeah.
air and everything.
So this is. I don't know what her occupation is. I don't know if she's like a medical. Oh no, she's like the police um, sergeant, right?
I think so,
And
something like that. He's in
yeah, and they're
authority.
talking about the ICU, which is like
Mm.
one of the creepiest things of the game ever.
Oh,
Of
really?
game number 2. And I don't think you know that it's her son that's being locked in the ICU, but you do get like these letters in the game. So you can just play the game, just run through it, or you can read
Mhm.
every side quest, which is like just
Yeah.
letters, stories, and books and whatever, to
Hmm.
get more of a feel of what happened. And you do get letters from the guys that are locked in.
That's
But the
cool.
relationship with the son and her, not so much. But
Okay.
it was kind of interesting that she did like the opposite of Joel, where Joel just killed everyone to save Ellie. She killed her son off to save everyone.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, I guess would you know that they're gone already? Once they're already in there, it's already over. I think that might make it easier to like how you going to save him.
True, true, but you don't really know.
Yeah, I
There's
guess.
always like a chance you can save
Yeah.
someone.
Now the spores makes me think it's over. Like if there's going to be things that create spores everywhere, people are screwed. They're all going to
So,
get
what did you think
infected.
of the spores?
Well, one, I'm like, shit, like that's a game changer, right? Surely is that just to me? Is that just another way of the whatever it is, the cordyceps getting smarter, and like how the other zombies are getting smarter and they're becoming more conniving and thinking. It's like it's evolving in another way too by creating spores. Like it's on a mission to infect people that I guess it hasn't been able to infect yet. Maybe am I onto something here, Anthony? I feel like I'm going
Yeah.
down a
So,
lonely path.
um, well, spores have always been a part of the game. Season 1, season 2. So game number 1
Okay.
and game number 2. But in the series, not so much. Just because they wanted to show the actors' faces and expressions, and for spores, you would obviously have to have gas masks. So they wouldn't be able to do that. And in the Mandalorian, Pedro Pascal had to cover up his face, so that was a bit too much already. So they didn't want to go that route in The Last of Us. So that's why they removed the spores. But
Mm-hmm.
now that they have removed the spores from all of season 1 and up to now season 2, they had like a bit of a problem because the spores do play like a role in how things go for one of the characters that we will see in season 2, or we have seen
Okay.
in this episode. So they needed to introduce the spores. So that's why they set it up a little bit now, um,
Mm.
to explain that there are spores. And in the series, they treat it like the new evolution of
That's what. Yeah. That exactly.
the infected. Yeah.
That's how I felt. That's how I felt about it. Um, like it felt like it fit the episode well because that's where they end up at the end of the episode. So I'm like, oh, okay, the woman's screwed, and she's going to find out that Ellie's immune. So I thought that was actually pretty cool how they did that.
Yeah. So they wanted to keep it in the show that Nora knew immediately that Ellie was
Mm,
immune. And this was the only way because if you get bitten, it'll take like
mm,
hours or even days to get even
mm.
to
That's right.
turn. So they needed like something to make it immediate.
I felt like and it worked really well. I thought for
Yeah,
the end
yeah.
moment, that hyped me up. So I thought that was actually really well done. Then we cut to the amphitheater, the theater, I guess, where they're
Hmm.
staying. She's playing the guitar again, and then we get a lot of time with these guys going on their mission. I took this picture because I actually really liked. I mean, first back here it showed that she's the planner. Not she's not the planner. She's off playing guitar while.
She's just the tool. So Ellie is the
Yeah,
tool, and which is
and
not in the
Dina,
game. In the game, Ellie is the planner and the tool because you're the game. And
yeah.
um, over here, Dina is like the mastermind of everything, and Ellie's just the gun, and Dina can point the gun to
Do
to
you
the
like
shore.
that they've done, what do you think about that they've done that? Do you think they're doing the character dirty a bit by making her less capable? What do you think?
No, I kind of look. I really like Isabel Merced.
Hmm.
So I really like Dina, Siri Dina. Um,
Yeah.
Game Dina was literally an NPC. Um, Series Dina is really cool. I think she is the most. Yeah, I think her and Abby are the most interesting part of season 2, and we don't even
Hmm.
see Abby. That's just to say that I don't think Ellie is very interesting. And that has nothing to do with Bella Ramsey. I think because I didn't like Ellie in the game either, in game number 2.
Mm,
Um, so Ellie's not the interesting part for me, so but Isabella is. So I really like the way they did it over here.
mm. Look who's in the chat.
I
Wow!
have friends everywhere.
Classic Rens. You're on one this early, bro. This early in the
Yeah,
morning, you're on one.
welcome.
Yeah, and that's why I took this picture, because I liked her whole monologue on this walk. It was fantastic, like talking about how she grew up. I think I captured the moment perfectly with this shot. I'm not going to just to put it out there. Captured this quite well. I think that conveys the energy that she was feeling when she was talking about how her family died.
Yeah, I kind of didn't like the monologue, to be honest. It just
What?
didn't feel believable from Isabella Merced, because she's just been like a ray of sunshine and like
Mm,
the planner, and just hovering above everything. Um, I don't feel like she is meant to be like to play angry characters or vengeful characters.
mm.
I think Bella Ramsey is better at that. So this just felt off for me.
Did it? Hmm. Yeah.
Not for the character,
Good.
for the actress playing the character.
Yeah, I get you. The actress playing the character. Yeah, she's very when she's bubbly and smiley, it's pretty
Yeah,
infectious.
yeah, she is.
Then they get to this to the facility. So it's a lot. I just skipped ahead quite a bit to get to the action near the end. They get to the facility. They get trapped. See, I actually quite like this scene, this
Yeah,
moment when they're getting to her. Like, they were savage, man, absolutely
yeah. So
savage.
I like the fact. Look, if you haven't seen the podcast but you like The Last of Us, just listen to the official Last of Us podcast, because it's cool. With Troy Baker and showrunners Neil Druckmann and Greg Mason, and they talk about how this is a very Joel thing to do, to put Dina in the cage and just get bitten
Mm,
if she has um, to save someone. It's like the exact same thing that Joel would have done to save Ellie.
yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I didn't think about it like that. That's actually really cool. They're showing that side of her.
Yeah,
Then the big dog comes. The big dog's back out of
big dog.
nowhere, magically, magically. Oh, and Rand's peace out, brother. Have a good day at
Oh,
work if
dude.
you can.
Yeah.
Thanks for showing up.
Yeah,
Sorry
and
for
it kind
joining.
of shot it like you could think it's Joel, or you could think that Ellie thinks it's Joel in like a haze or the blur of the moment, and then she
Hmm.
snaps out of it and she sees him.
That
It's
would have been a
beef.
cool scene to add. That would have been a cool scene to add, though. Have Pedro film that and have her see that as a vision a
Yeah,
little
they
bit.
kind of alluded towards it with having him blurry at first, and then you see him show up.
Hmm. Yeah, I would have liked that choice.
Yeah.
Uh, but Beef shows up. Then they go on a mission. These guys are insane.
Dude, they are, and this is exactly like in the game. So, um, the difference between the Seraphites over here and in the game is, in the Seraphites they don't humanize them at first, because in the series you get the shots of the scars traveling, and the dad and the kid and them talking, and they become like humans. In the
Hmm.
game you just hear the whistle, and you see the torches come up, and then you just shit your pants because you know you're going to get shot. And um, you know, the whistles also are very specific. So they actually formulated like sort of a language through the whistles. So the
Hmm.
whistles actually mean something. So each different whistle means something else. And do you remember when Mila was smaller that you kind of could differentiate her cries a little bit? This cry means this, or
Hmm.
this cry means that. It's the same
Hmm.
with the whistles in the game. So
What do
if
you
you hear
mean
a
when she was young? I still do. I still know it when
so
she puts on the
um
tears.
yeah, but when they're younger, crying is everything they do to communicate, right? So
Mm,
hungry is different than pain, is different than lonely, is different than trying to sleep, is different than being tired. um
yes.
and it works the same in the game. So if you hear a certain whistle, you just think, oh shit, I'm fucked, I need to run now, because there's going to be missiles everywhere, I mean arrows everywhere.
Damn. Yeah, they're pretty
um
formidable. They made them look formidable.
yeah. And the the the, the hanging was kind of gruesome
Yeah, it was pretty brutal.
and
Um,
lazy,
uh,
because he just had to hold the scimitar in the air, and the other guy pulled him up.
very lazy, and
Yeah,
also just like maniacal. Just
yeah,
feel terrible. Okay, so I don't have the picture, but Dina got shot in the leg. What the shit? So she gets shot in the leg.
yeah.
Does that happen in the game?
Nora?
Does beef come in the game and help as well? Like, does that actually
Yeah,
happen?
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Well,
well,
in
she
the
gets
game,
shot.
it's like the game is different in the people that are in some scenes, because in the series, Dina and Ellie go after the Seraphites.
Hmm.
Um, in the game, Tommy went out of Jackson before Ellie because Tommy kind of knew that Ellie would go to hunt for Abby, so he went before Ellie, just the day before. So in the game,
Mm,
you kind of follow like the wreckage that Tommy left behind, and the WLF are just scabbering about. And Tommy's leaving craters all over. He's like a wrecking ball going through the city in the WLF, and you
that's
just
right. I forgot about
try to chase and to try to find Tommy. And when you hear the WLF, like the wolves talk, you hear them
that.
talk about a guy who's killing everyone, and that's everyone. Everyone is on high alert. So that's a bit different here. But this scene
Mm,
with Laura is like exactly the same.
that's cool. Oppen's in the house. Big dog. What's
Where's
going on,
Abby?
brother? Where is Abby?
Where
Look,
is Abby?
I took this picture because I love how she bends down like this. This is one of my favorite moments from her in the show. I think
Yeah,
I thought she did really well in this. This whole
it fits
sequence
her.
was
Yeah,
pretty
it fits
sick.
her.
Yeah, I think that was pretty sick. Um,
I think this
that
scene.
look.
Yeah, I think
Ooh,
this scene is the same reason that she was well cast for Game of Thrones. It just fits her.
mm, yeah, yeah, like that revenge side as she gets more, I guess, more savage.
Yeah.
Um, she's going to play that really well.
This scene alone saved the episode for awful.
Yeah, that was pretty sick. This whole moment, and like that, she's just breathing it. Oh man, that was savage.
Yeah.
Take that, and that look. It's almost like, yeah, yeah, I'm gonna kill you. That's what that looks like to me. I don't know why. I just thought that's that's that look. Would I be
Yeah.
wrong? Am I
Yeah,
wrong?
no, I don't think you're wrong, and it kind of sounds like you recognize a bit too much, dude. It's worrisome.
Yeah. It was just that look, that stare. I don't know. I thought it was awesome. It was a cool look. Overall, I enjoyed the episode. I thought the tension was great in when they get attacked and Beef comes to save them. I
Yeah.
thought that was awesome. Uh, and then the final scene was awesome as well.
Demon
A lot of exposition, a lot of walking and talking, but I liked Dina's conversation. To me, it felt like someone who's always bubbly, but deep down they're not happy. That's
Mm,
what that reminded me of her. One of those characters that's always bubbly all the time, but she does have the dark side that she's
mm,
hiding.
mm.
Anyway, that's my take. All right, so we've done that pretty quick, guys, because it's time to get to Andor.
Oh, dude, this is it.
This is it. Boom. You want to keep moving? You want to get to?
Oh, dude.
We got another. We got another 32 slides to go. Dog.
Oh man. Okay, that was quick. That was
Am
quick.
I wrong?
No, I
Am
think
I
Andor
wrong?
was the most interesting thing of the week.
Yes.
It's fun.
Look, often, brother, as well. We're all here, and you know what? I need to give a shout out to Lakage, who can't be here today because it's his little one's 4th birthday party. So shout out Lakage.
Yeah.
He has provided us with a secret end credit scene that we'll play at the end of the show, just to hook you in to stick around until the finale. But we start off with Luthen. Look, this is going to be chaotic all over the place. I tried, all right. I tried. It was a day early. We've got like 30 pictures. Who knows if they're going to be relevant, but hopefully they'll remind us of things that we want to talk about in the show. Maybe we'll get you to kick it off with an overall, like a quick overall, because Selvig.
Yeah.
Slicking his hair like a boss.
Yeah. No.
I don't know. Look,
Please do
wait,
kick it off. I'll just.
yeah, I want to start. I just want to say one thing, and then I want to kick it to you
Yeah.
to give your overall. I don't even have my overall yet because I'm still trying to gather my thoughts.
Okay.
But
Cool.
I do want to say, I feel like how they've created this show, season 1, season 2, and then telling us to watch Rogue One straight after, and
Yeah.
however Gilroy's done this, it's like a new experience. I feel
Yeah.
like rewatching that, which I don't know if has really been done before in film and TV. It probably has, and I just can't think of it right now because I'm Dory. But I wanted to talk to you about that, like how cool of an achievement that is in I guess storytelling to like create the story and then create the prequel, but actually have it hit like this hit.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know if there's anything that comes close to hitting like how this show did it.
Well, um, like I said, for The Last of Us, you have like the official HBO podcast, The Last of Us. For this, I have listened to, I think it's called Ringer TV.
Why have you not told
Um,
me this?
Sorry? Yeah, I've been
Why have
telling
you
it
not told me
every
this?
week. So play the Iron Dory clip, please. But it's not the official podcast, but it does always have like interviews with the cast. And last week they already told us that Tony Gilroy would be here to talk about Andor
I have to
season 2.
watch that.
So first of all, last week I said Tony Gilroy is not a humble man. He's not arrogant either. He just shows so much respect for the people that he's gathered around him, and he just picked the best of the best for every part of the show.
Mm.
And when he compliments them, it just sounds so genuine. Um, like usually when you have these shows and people compliment each other, it kind of feels like
It's just
forced,
what they do. Yeah, it's their job. It's
socially
what they
acceptable, or just yeah, you have to do it. But it
yeah.
sounds so genuine with the guy,
Mm.
and he just goes all in on his craft, and it shows. And he just gathers everyone who goes all in on his craft.
Yeah.
And he's already met Diego Luna on Rogue One, and they just hit it off perfectly. Never had an argument. Both just went 110% on everything they do. So it's very cool to hear him talk about that collaboration. So
Yeah, mate. Bloody hell.
yeah, and to go back to your question, yeah, I think it's kind of a Star Wars thing to tell a story and then tell another story that comes before the other story that's already been
You're
told.
right.
But this just takes it to a whole other level. Um, because it was never intended that Tony Gilroy was going to do two series of Andor that came before Rogue One. Um,
Mm.
he says he actually wrote a note to Kathleen Kennedy. I say a note, but I think it's like a lot of pages on how
Mm.
not to do. I think it was like a lot of reasons why not to do Andor season 1 and 2, because originally Disney had a whole other idea to do Andor, like the basic series plot, just like how Mando became. There's like
Mhm.
a thing they need to get, then they steal the thing, and the episode's
Mhm.
over. Second
Mhm.
episode, there's another thing they need to get. They steal the thing,
Yeah.
and the episode,
It's
and
like
that would have been so
steps.
lame, dude.
Yeah, steps
Yeah,
to
just very
whatever it is.
repetitive. And
Yeah.
so he said not to do it and how they should do it. And then he got to do it, and he wrote like perfect prequels to Rogue One.
It,
And then after I watched 12, I was very cognizant of the fact that it was the finale, and just right after, I was unsatisfied, and I
mm,
think that was because I just overinvested on character arcs and season 2 having an ending, and it kind
mhm.
of didn't have an ending just because it was like a step up to Rogue One and Rebels.
Yeah, Rogue One is the ending. Yeah, Rogue
Yeah.
One's the ending.
So after I watched Rogue One, like an hour after that, then I thought, dude, Andor season 2 is perfect.
Bro.
Actually, 1, 2, Rogue One, Rebels, and even after that, episode 4, which is called like A New Hope. And then I saw
Mm,
Bix and the baby in the sun, and I thought about the title New Hope, and it was so
mhm.
perfect, dude.
Bro.
I love that.
Hashtag Selvig.
Selvig.
Peak
Peak
cinema.
cinema. Yeah.
Absolute peak cinema, bro. I'm not even getting started yet.
Yeah.
So Secret Invasion should have been 2 seasons in a movie like
Dude,
this. I
yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And that just shows you the difference between
Prequels.
because this just shows you the difference between the team that made this show
Yeah,
and the team that made Secret Invasion. The level of artistic ability, like
yeah,
I'm telling you, if this show doesn't win Emmys, Mon Mothma, Best Supporting Actress, um, I don't even know who on the male side. I'd go either Selvig or bloody
dude.
or Cassian, even bloody Dedra.
Yeah,
Throw in
yeah,
there for
yeah.
Christ's
Even
sake.
Cyril.
Even Cyril, even my guy Ben Mendelsohn, Straya all the way. One of my
Yeah,
favorite actors of all
yeah,
time.
yeah.
This is how that Ren sent me the picture of this is how you use of someone slapping like an adult slapping a kid, and the kid had the Secret Invasion on it, and
Yeah.
the adult was Andor, and says this is how you use Ben Mendelsohn.
And
I thought
talking
that-
about Cyril, even Tony Gilroy in the podcast talking about what's his name again? Cyril Gaines. I don't know.
in real
Anyway,
life.
you know Cyril.
Hmm.
He says he is such an incredible actor. He has never not booked a job. Um, he had he just doesn't have a memorable face. He just doesn't have a memorable aura, but he always nails the job. And it's exactly what Cyril is, right? He's like,
Yeah.
who are you? And that set off versus the fact that how we get introduced to Cyril. We get introduced to Cyril in season one, where he's like the only Star Wars character ever that tailor fits his suit. Because everyone just wears the suit and he tailor
Hmm.
fits it because it's so important to him how other people see him. And he doesn't even get noticed. That's
Yeah.
like the perfect ending.
Look, honestly, Anthony, I took some pictures as we go on.
Yeah.
The way they
I have
humanize the Empire, the way they
Yeah.
humanize the Empire, even in those final 3 episodes, when you see the text searching for the radio signal, and you just see the Imperial officers dealing, the ISB officers, sorry, dealing with them, they just built the world. Oh, look, let's just fucking get to it because, god damn it, look at that scowl. Look at it.
Yeah, so
Burned.
when the picture before this you had, you see Luthen just coming apart a bit. Oh wait, before I before I go into Luthen or Selvig,
Selvig.
another thing that I didn't notice, but Tony Gilroy said, is that Andor season 2 was released in 3 blocks, right?
Mhm.
Block 1, block 2, block
Four.
3.
Four.
Sorry? Oh,
Four
4.
blocks.
Yeah, yeah,
Four
yeah.
blocks.
Every block is a year. But those 3 episodes are the 3 most intense days of that year. I didn't
Oh
even notice
wow.
that before. So
I
it's
did
this,
not know that
yeah.
either.
So week 1, we saw just 3 days of that whole year, and
Wow.
it's the same for every week. And
That's a cool that's a cool structure.
yeah,
You know, that's crazy. Look, off topic real quick, and I'll keep it quick. But I'm actually listening to an audiobook right now teaching me writing, like
mhm,
how to write creative writing.
yeah,
And they're literally talking about like setting structures and things like that. And to know that this is literally set as a structure,
yeah.
of course it was. You have to be that prepared to make something this overall. Look, set design, costume design, everybody should be winning. How does this show not
Absolutely.
win? Cinematography winning. Boom. World
Yeah,
creation.
yeah, yeah.
This show
Totally agree.
could win.
Totally agree.
Look, this is the best looking, one of the best looking shows I've ever seen. The wide angle lenses they use, they've got everything so
Here he
wide.
goes.
Right, here we
Iron
go.
Logan popping
Look at
off.
look at it.
Yeah, but
Look
you're
at
right,
the
dude.
mills they're using,
But
bro.
you're
Look
right.
at the
This is not
world.
peak Star Wars. This is just peak entertainment or peak show
Peak
content.
storytelling.
Yeah.
Peak storytelling. Like I mean, like even Lani's not that big into Star Wars. Even she was so engaged in this show and what happened, and was
This
getting
doesn't need to
upset
be
that
Star
Rogue
Wars.
One
This
ended.
could, yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't need to be. Look, I'm not even thinking about it. But then when I look at it, just the scene where all the stormtroopers are coming to the hotel later, and you're
yeah,
seeing shots of their foot, and they're just sitting there without their helmets on, and like then close up of the face, and one guy's holding the gun. He spends time
yeah,
showing you the empire in its
yeah,
moments when they're searching for things, and it's just about business. The way they showed the empire, is the best I've ever seen it done, as
Yeah,
far as I'm concerned.
yeah. Well, not
Think,
even the Empire, because that makes it like the best thing how it's been portrayed in
well,
Star
all
Wars.
of,
I
yeah,
think the way they humanize the villain, because
yeah,
you
the way
can't
they
go
humanize it,
more villain than the Empire, right?
yeah, yeah. I don't know. Look, often let us know what you think. Bob caught it last week.
Yeah.
I
So
for,
yeah. So Bob
yeah.
Bob called the pregnancy. So I thought, Bob, you were the one
Oh,
that called the pregnancy last week, right?
oh
Um,
shit! Bob was.
yeah. So that was a great call.
I know we skipped it, but I'll just come back to this comment by often. Party Bro, best actor in a leading role, damn straight. And I've got that
Party
flag. Don't you
bro,
worry. Um,
party bro. Well,
the
anyone,
fact
because Take Colma was good also. But they all have stage actors, so
now, I just want to touch on this. Now, obviously, once he says he's burned, Luthen
yeah,
decides he's going to kill him because he's
yeah,
all in on the cause.
yeah,
It's interesting seeing Andor get like that in the start of Rogue One,
yeah,
where he just
yeah.
takes out that messenger. Like I'm like, oh, he's becoming Selvig
He's
now.
becoming Luthen. So another thing they're
Selvig.
talking about is that the finale. So these three episodes are about the children of Luthen, not literally the children of Luthen.
Mm,
Even though Clea is coming pretty close to literally the child of Luthen.
yes.
But Andor's also like one of the children of Luthen, and Vel is also.
Yeah, because Luthen is so convincing in his commitment to the mission
Yeah,
that like his achievement is that rubbing off on them and them continuing the fight for him like that because the Mon Mothma and all that become gazelles back at the freaking place being
yeah,
too scared to make calls. You needed someone like Luthen. Oh man, and then Andor's speech about ah
yeah. And
raging.
so
I
it's
need
not
to
only his victories, but it's also his conviction that sacrifice is
conviction.
necessary for the greater good.
That's the word, conviction,
Yeah,
which
and then
pays off.
what's also very cool is um, the who's living the force healer talking to Andor, um, thanking him for his clarity, which
Mhm.
gives like a force thingy or a mystical thing to Andor, and then Luthen saying to Andor, or Selvig saying to Andor, "Who are you?" Because you're always every time I needed you, you were all at the same place. Kind of like Andor was the new chosen one to be put into position for the revolution by the Force.
Yeah. Don't make me cry often. Stop trying to make
For
me cry, bro.
one rising episode.
Me and Lakagi were talking, and he's like, I've been crying every now and then just with the tears coming to my eyes.
Subs.
Oh, this moment, oh my God. Why did he go to the door? Just don't go and answer the door.
Dude, that's what I
Even though
thought.
you're surrounded. Yeah, well, don't go and answer the door,
Just
dog.
leave
Get
her.
out.
Yeah. And just kill her. Why not?
But look, like a boss, I love how he shows her the knife. And I mean, this whole conversation we could talk about, but like how he shows her the knife and then she says, "Is it real or whatever?" And he said, "What does he say?" He says something like, "We got to find out or whatever." And then he goes and stabs himself with it. Come on, bro. Ride or die. Ride or die.
She doesn't mean it's a real knife or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was a bit vague to me. I still don't know because she talked about that there was evidence and she was out of it and the Star Path unit because yeah, I know, but it's still not clear how it's connected to Selvig. Um, so that was a bit vague to me. That could have been a
Really?
lot clearer. And
Uh,
Selvig choosing to sacrifice himself instead of stabbing her was also a big fake to me.
it was sad for you. I think he had had enough. Do you think? I think he had had enough. I think he just thought
Yeah,
his
I
job
think
was
so as
done.
well because he was starting to unravel in the third act already, like in the third
Mm,
week.
yeah. Yeah, so that's the unit he got from Andor
Yeah,
season one. So I thought that
obviously,
tied in nicely. Yeah.
obviously, but they still don't explain
Well, remember
how that
season one,
ties
she
into
was on a
him.
mission. Because you remember she's always been on a mission to find him. Oh, I get you. I see what you're saying.
It still doesn't explain how it's tied to him because he's a no, dude. You just need to calm down. It's not
I
linked,
like
dude.
being the
So
mediator
it's
between you
yeah,
two.
it's the thing. But he's always had like two different identities, so he could still wear the wig. But I guess you're right in saying that he's tired. That makes a lot of sense. He's been
Yeah.
grown tired.
Yeah. Didn't I mean she's always been searching for him. Didn't
Yeah,
she get no, she got onto him because she found the information about it being an antiquity dealer, and that's what connected it to her. So I think that's how she found out that it must be him.
yeah. So there
Because
must be
then
only one antiquity dealer in the whole of
uh,
Coruscant.
yeah, I get you. I don't know. Look,
Yeah.
often help me out here. I felt like they tried to. And then we cut to Claire seeing. So Claire sees him. I didn't think she would try to save him, but that makes sense. And I think that set up. Like I was in the freaking zone for Claire's whole
Yeah,
arc from here to
yeah,
the end. God damn it! Like he managed to give her her moment to shine in such a fucking awesome way, which we'll get to in a second.
yeah.
We
So
find out John's dead.
I I like how Clay how we got to see more of her um, during the whole season, and I
Hmm.
think it's also visually portrayed by actually seeing more of her, like wearing her hair down,
Hmm.
different clothings, and then you actually get her backstories, which made it even cooler.
The way they show us her backstory while she's on a mission to take out her father figure
Yeah,
for the cause, like
yeah,
fuck, like and they teach us so much about her and their relationship and how he is a father to all of them in
yeah.
a
In
way.
less than one episode.
In less than one episode, bro,
Yeah,
and you still had all this other shit happen. This
yeah,
guy freaking quick to jump on Dedra's back and take. I love that how they with that part with the Empire. Like, it just shows you the way the business works. Is everybody's disposable, everybody's fighting and gripping for power, and they'll forget
yeah. But
about you in a
also,
fucking
yeah, but
instant.
also because he got Dedra's old job, and he got was in the loop with some extra evidence of the Star Path
Yeah,
unit, and that was out of the loop. And so she waited for him to be off of work, and she just used that evidence to get to Luthen or Sylvie.
yeah.
So he was also pissed about that.
Yeah. Oh, look, that's fucking hell. Then we continue with the flashbacks, which was awesome. I thought how they
Yeah,
did this.
yeah,
They gave us so much just from these little setups that they gave us. And her whole mission getting into the hospital. I just took this picture because fucking hell. Um,
yeah. That was epic.
cancel Andor again. It was
Dude,
so epic.
quit it, dude.
But honestly, this was one of my favorite episodes. This whole send off for
Yeah.
Luthen, it was actually one of my favorite episodes. I'm just trying to find a way to articulate it. Like, I felt like it was like the way he gave conclusions to everybody's arc. I felt like he did a good job in giving most people a conclusion to their arc. Tissues for often.
Well,
Claire had an alien mission to the hospital
yeah.
also.
Well, it kind of felt like a Jason Bourne mission to me. That was like the
Yeah, right.
feeling I had with this mission, which was pretty cool.
Again, the music, the tension, the way they filmed it, the way they gave us her point of view, every way that they tell all these action pieces when the show gets to action,
Yeah,
um, is just created in such a way that the editors are on point. Like, you know what I mean? Like everything
yeah,
is
yeah,
working
yeah.
perfectly. They've thought
Yeah,
about the music to use. Music's important. Cool. We're using that to build the tension. The way we cut between the scenes, the way we hold on sections of it. There's a bug in here. It's just masterful. And again, everything is so big. The world, just this hallway, even the way the windows are there, it just looks. It's just I don't know if I've seen a show look this fucking good.
yeah.
Who is this one? He's and me.
You want-
Damn. Often sensitive to that. This is often, and this is you often. This is you. This is you sleeping, and this is this is often upset. He's going to come to your house for days and be crying upset that you didn't love him until this
Yeah,
much.
this was also beautiful because she knows what Selvig would have wanted.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
She's
just
really
like
fine.
how Ellie is like literally, no, not literally, but in character offspring of Joel, Clea's in character offspring of Selvig.
Yeah. Oh, what an end to the episode. So good. So good. Okay, so that's the end of that episode. That was the end of that send off for Selvig. Then we get to the next episode. I put this picture in just because now, just cutting to him, now he's taken more of a lead role.
Yeah.
He just shuts the doctor down. They're just so like, how would you deal with people like that? They're so maniacal. You can't even argue with them. They just arrest you.
But you can even like the guy a bit when he did that.
Freaking gangster. I just like if you had the power and you're just sick of dealing with people, I guess that's what you would do. Just shut up. Just do as I say.
It's like the classical dream of like buying a company just to fire one employee.
Yeah, basically. Then we get to the chat. Oh man, I loved this chat. Dude. Just give me more Ben Mendelsohn all the time, please.
Yeah.
Just this whole chat. I took both pictures because this was epic.
Yeah, and when you see Ben Mendelsohn in an interview, he's like a totally different person. Which just goes to show how great of an actor he is.
Oh, bro. Say it to the end of the time. Watch a show called, if you haven't watched a show called Bloodlines, watch a show called Bloodlines with him in it.
What's it on?
I love that show. I think it's Netflix.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think it's Netflix. Bloodlines is like, it did like 4, maybe 3, 4 seasons, I think, or maybe 5 even, where he plays an absolute deadbeat of a character. And it's got the guy who's the new Green Lantern, Kyle Chandler.
Okay.
He is the main character in it. But oh my God, Ben Mendelsohn's that show turned me into, I'm like, if I ever made a movie, I would have to have him as one of the main characters.
Dude.
With all the talking. Him doing a Tarantino style monologue is what I want to see.
Yeah.
That's
Can you show off his last comment again?
And then Lani on the other side.
I'm just imagining you from the back.
This is literally going to be me today because there's going to be Mila and Lani on both sides because I got the Batman 2.0 last night before I went to bed. I was like, cha-ching, click. That's going to be them today.
I so wanted this to be the first good, cool figure that I skipped, but I just couldn't. I bought it anyway.
Couldn't do it. 3 heads.
Yeah, I know.
That base, the diode base.
But today on Helen's stream, I heard that Inart's going to do it as well. So then I thought I should have waited for Inart.
Oh, see, I'll have both because then I can do more scenes. Yeah, bro. Yeah. I'm actually like loving that I've got 2 of certain figures because the video I'm making at the moment, I'm doing 2. Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, I totally understand you having 2/2.5 balls because all 3 looks are pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm loving these light poles. They're sick, bro. Yeah. They're fucking sick. And I'm like, this is 12%. This one that's there now. That's how much I have to turn it down so it doesn't blow out the camera.
Dude, I was talking about Mark Deep, but the light bulbs are cool.
Which one? Oh,
Paul Atreides.
Paul Atreides. Shit. Yeah, that too. But look, this whole sequence, I love this. Now, what did you think of Deidre's arc? How she I thought the arc would be different. However, I loved how it kind of just showed that's the world of the Empire. If you want to live and work in this world, you're one thing 1 minute and then you're nothing the next. And no one cares and they move on instantly. That's how I felt about this.
Yeah, and so I love her arc, and I also love how in like season 1, it looks unbelievable. How in season 1 she's been Partagas is like complimenting her on how many inmates she has been gathering for the working camps. So that makes it a bit ironic. And yeah, you're right. I love how disposable everyone is who fails, because that makes Darth Vader's Force jokes less weird in the Empire structure. Because anytime he's pissed off, he just kills someone. And Krennic is kind of doing the same thing here.
Yeah, like it's just she's nothing now. Like you just fall from grace, no chance to defend herself. Not even going to believe her, and we know that she's not. Like obviously, she made the mistake of letting someone letting Lonnie steal her codes and stuff.
Yeah.
But like she's ride or die Empire, and it just doesn't matter.
It doesn't
No
matter.
one
You fuck
cares.
up.
You are
Yeah.
done. That finger on the head,
Yeah.
like her acting was amazing. Like her acting was fantastic. I thought she was so good the whole show, but this season, I felt like she's been
Yeah.
more emotive for sure.
I just so want to know if it was like Ben Mendelsohn's improv doing that, or if it was written. Because
Yeah.
most of it was written, but I can imagine him just thinking about the.
Here you go. Apparently he improv
cool.
that.
I need to see an interview.
Oh, bro, look how the armor's straight and just the way he's doing it is so like
demeaning,
such
dude.
a fucking dick move. Like he's so evil.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good, bro. When that I literally was like, woo, like when he did that, I'm like, damn, this is like an action sequence for me.
You can't even do that with a kid. Just let alone like an employee.
And her reaction is like, what is he literally pointing down on my head? Like I think this is the look knowing her life is over.
Yeah.
Like this is like your life is done.
Yeah.
Oh god. Then we cut to this again. I just put
Oh
this in
wait.
because
Can you go back one slide? I love how I think her name's Denise, but I'm not sure. How in the interview she says, "This is when she knows there's no way out," and then she makes the joke, "Not one way out, but no way out."
oh shit, classic. Floaties for Deidre. Oh my god, I couldn't believe that's where she's gonna end up. That was so class. Like that actually was pretty good.
Yeah.
That means unfortunately the sister deal has not been proven true as of yet.
Yeah,
The
it's
sister
not. It's
Andor.
not. It's not.
It's not happening. It's not happening.
It's not happening.
I just put this scene. I think this one, yeah, and as just part of a collage of some scenes I took because I thought they again the way this show was made, showing moments like this with this guy trying to be friendly with them and then just shutting him down. Like then I'll only have to tell you wants to shut up and get busy. Just the human moments that they added in.
Yeah.
Just builds that world even more, and just for me, just drove me into the show even more.
Yeah.
Another great wide shot here, fantastic. Just the room, it looks amazing. I think this is where what's the old fella's name again? I forget his name. I always forget his name.
Portegas, but
that's why I forget it.
And then Krennic says, "I can't protect you forever." I think it's Leon or Leo. And only that one sentence just gives us so much backstory of how they grew up and just went through the ranks of the Empire. And they just leave it there.
Yeah.
I feel.
Look.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good. And this thing about it, both these guys don't last much longer than this. Then I chucked this scene when we cut to K2SO. Man, I love K2SO. He's such a freaking gangster. He is such a freaking gangster.
Yeah. Do you remember when I said that I didn't like the way how they found him?
Yes.
That it didn't make any sense that it was so quick. So in that podcast, Tony Gilroy talks about that he had like a whole other backstory, which was almost like an episode long.
Oh wow!
But for budgetary reasons, they had to cut it, and it became this.
Well, I liked how they did this because, again, just them playing cards and having fun. They just spend time in
this. Being found. You know, last week how he was shut up, and Andor all of a sudden said, "I have Android parts. Fix them up." That was like a whole story.
Oh really? Oh shit! Yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
I like this. I like this really a lot.
Yeah, like I like this because just the time they spent. Again, it's just they spend time with the characters, just playing cards. I just loved it. It just builds the characters up, or not XD. Tell him. Anthony confused me. Look, I'm delirious. He's confusing me often, and I'm losing my point.
Mind trick.
Oh shit. Yeah, look, I just love this moment. I just love this moment of them playing cards and just it was fun. This his performance, and then watching Rogue One in my mind, I'm like, oh, now I need to get a K2SO to go with my Andor because that'd be a good shelf.
True.
Andor and K2SO together to memorize one of the greatest TV shows I've ever seen. I think I have to do that. Don't tell Lani. I like to go backhanding that one guy off the bridge. Look, he was the performance and how they made the character, because I would generally not get a droid. You know what I mean? I never got the droid for Mando. Did I? No, I didn't. Because I'm just collecting Mando. But K2SO is that good that I'm like, that and the Cassian together would look, like two cops, like maybe Cassian leaning on K2SO holding his pistol or something, like a buddy cop movie poster or something. Come on, you can see it. You're gonna get Cassian. You can see it. You can feel it.
Yeah, I'm hoping to skip Cassian, but I don't know, dude.
You definitely you're gonna skip the figure from one of the greatest pieces of television ever created. You're not going to have that to represent in your collection.
I hope so, dude. Anthony? I don't collect for representations.
Well, you need to.
I'm hoping I'm going
Let's
to
add to that addiction. Let's just go all in, Anthony. You're already all in.
Look, if they have like a second figure with the pilot suit on, with the red and the black, I'm going to get that one. And if they're going to get like an artisan Andor, I'm going to get that one.
I'll take what I can get right now. I need it. I need it. I've just put her in again because, again, another real human-esque moment, human person just within the Empire. And obviously she's fair, like she's working her way up because she's got two squares.
I love how she respects the art, and then the other guy gives her like this nod. No. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
I love it. And of course, I took this picture because this is the moment I was talking about. Just riding with these guys, focusing on a couple of characters, focusing on the suits, focusing on the weapons, just in the silence of, like they're the main characters. You know what I mean? Like we're following the main characters to their next thing, and they're getting prepared, even though they're just disposable grunts. At the end of the day, they're going to get taken out. Just the moments.
If you have enough hot toys and enough troopers. During this whole episode, you see like pieces of armor that you recognize from other troopers. Like these are from the the boots are from the patrol troopers, and then you have the front armor, so those are like from the tank troopers. And there's like the other guy with the assault trooper armor. So it's pretty fun to see.
Yeah, that's cool. And I like how they had a lot of them without the stormtrooper helmets and just made them real people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like feel like real people by seeing them like with hats, and this is what they look like in some of the cities as opposed to out in space.
And it doesn't matter anyway, because if you get shot in the head with a blaster, it kind of looks like the armor does nothing, because every time someone gets shot, they just die even with armor on.
Yeah, what's the point of the armor? That makes sense. Again, this episode, they build the tension of these guys coming to fund them. We didn't even talk about the fake health scare that the Empire put out to try and flush out Claire. I loved that. Remember they're like, how do we find this woman after they did the surveillance? So that surveillance chick. And then they're like, let's put out a fake story that she got sick.
Yeah. I like the use of propaganda and communications and news.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, see, we didn't even talk about that, but all that shit is just epic. Just fill it up. Keep feeding us, baby. And then they're building the tension of these guys coming, searching the building, which is epic. All the while these guys are talking. At some moments I thought, are they in a different building? And that's why it doesn't feel like they can't tell that anything's going on. But no, it made more sense the way they did it, obviously. Then they come and they get into the battle, which was sick. The stun grenade was awesome.
Cassian.
Yeah, so I skipped a lot of space here, but I thought the shootout was cool, and then he just freaking comes in like a boss.
Yeah.
What's up? Again, we're not even doing this sequence justice. The way the whole sequence was done, how that guy finally... Oh, and the guy that had taken over Dedra's job, dead already.
Yeah.
Because dead already. No one cares. Yeah, like, okay, you got to have power for like 5 minutes and now you're dead. Like, that's just in the life of the Empire.
Yeah. Next.
Fucking so good. Tell me why. This is. I just took this because they touched back in on Mon Mothma. This is the first time we see her in this outfit. I think
Yeah, so
talking to Saul.
obviously Mon Mothma's hairdresser died, and now she fits right in with Rebels
Yeah,
because she has the same hairdo now.
yeah. I prefer the other
Um,
one. Let's
yeah,
just
of
put it
course,
that way.
but it's like the same that she had already in
Yeah,
Rogue One and Rebels, so
yeah.
especially Rogue One. So yeah, this just fits perfectly into the next
It
chapter.
did. It does. Setting Saw up for Rogue One.
Yeah,
Definitely.
and Mon Mothma.
And Mon Mothma. Then Cassian comes back, so he gets Claire out. They get back. Claire's alive, but she's messed up. I like that whole story of Claire not trusting coming to Yavin too. So maybe we're skipping over shit.
Yeah,
But like
so
when they talk,
I
they have a
think
big talk here, which was pretty
yeah,
cool, where she
so I
tells him
think
about.
they. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No. Oh, I was just saying this is where she tells him about the kyber crystals,
Yeah,
Galen Erso, all that stuff.
yeah. So I think they needed to have Yavin be hostile towards Luthen and Clea because there's no mention of Selvig in Rogue One, of course.
Mm,
And him playing such an important role, obviously there would be mention of him.
mhm,
So they had to set up that that he's been silent or that no one mentions him afterwards.
mhm.
Therefore, he's been seen like a radical or someone who's not trustworthy, and Claire as well.
Yeah. So I like that, the fact that she didn't want to come and she was ready to give in, but
Yeah,
um, Cassian talks her out of it. And you know what? Like when Rogue One picks up and the guy says Galen Erso, and the way Cassian reacts to that name just
yeah,
hits so hard
yeah,
after watching this fucking show. It just hits so hard. Like his acting back then was perfect for delivering that. The way he acted and took that news then told you that he knew the backstory. It feels like, you know what I mean? The way he reacted to
yeah.
Galen Erso. What? Like then after
Even though there
watching this,
wasn't a backstory
exactly. That's
at
what I
that
mean.
point. Yeah,
That's what I mean. Like the way he portrayed the moment as an actor was perfect because
yeah,
then you could slot in a pre-story and it shows you that that name means a lot to him.
yeah,
Like he was just that good back then at just portraying that moment. Obviously, that's what they told him they wanted from the character. To he's been searching for this person for a long time.
yeah,
Fucking hell. Ah, what was I going to say? And I love how it's just another mission in Rogue One where now we're used to him just doing all these random missions and being called in like a subcontractor to come and do these
yeah,
random missions,
yeah,
like save Mon Mothma. You know, if it wasn't for him, Mon Mothma wouldn't be there. Like, oh my god.
yeah.
Anyway, this whole speech again, I want to know what you think about it. Freaking epic. Went to save an old friend. When he goes off at him by people haven't given a fraction of the sacrifice. Come on,
Yeah.
tell me, where were you at with this? All in?
Yeah, all in.
Yeah, it's not enough. Hit me with some juice. Tell me.
No, it's enough. I was all in. Yeah, the transport too. They have it like in white a lot. They had it in black like the episode before. Uh, they just like it.
Look, I think this speech is up there. Why is nobody talking about this speech? Why does he get no love?
Yeah, it's good. But it's like
Damn
Andor
you.
said. I already heard it once. I can live without.
Damn
No,
you.
no, it was good. It was
Damn you
good.
all. Damn you all. Then we get Vel back in the action. Even
Yeah,
she gets she gets closure and she kind of gets to chill on Yavin, I guess. So even she gets a bit of closure in the show
yeah,
because she ends up hanging out with Claire and helping her. But then she sends her to go find out from Cassian. Cassian then tells her it's real, which then convinces them to let him go on the mission
yeah,
for Rogue One. So this is basically he gets sent on Rogue One by Ortega after getting her to convince them that he's telling the truth,
yeah,
basically. So that's pretty important. And I put this scene in because, goddamn, this moment, just this moment here, where the gunshot goes off and he already knows. Fucking
yeah.
hell! Come on, bruv.
That hand,
Come on,
yeah. Just wait it
come
out.
on.
Just let him have
Yeah,
his
like
moment.
he didn't even need to tell him.
Yeah,
Like that's again the life of the Empire. This guy knows when he says, "I just need to gather my thoughts." Just the look on his face says what
yeah,
he's going to do because he knows he's just because the mission he was overseeing failed. Not even him physically failing. Just because the
True.
people that he was managing
Yeah.
failed for unforeseen circumstances, he knows his life is over. That's
Yeah.
how the empire is. And he already knows. And so that's what these guys don't know because they're gazelles. He's just chill. Just chill. Let him have his fucking hell. I just love that moment.
Alpha's acting like this is like a Jedi mind trick.
Yeah. This is not the suicide
This
you're
is
looking
not the
for.
suicide you're looking for.
For me, just his acting in it and the way he was so calm and steady and sad. He knows what his friend was going to do. Like he knows he's going to off himself, and
Yeah.
he's just letting him have it with just fucking just so good. God damn it! I need this creative team to do a Spider-Man movie, or like one of my favorite.
Spider-Man, dude, that's
Imagine them making a Spider-Man with just
that's a leap.
yeah, that is a leap. I need these guys to make like a Mission Impossible. That's what they should be making.
I think Secret Invasion was a good option.
Actually, Secret Invasion. You're right. God damn it, Marvel, wake the f up and have a look at this creative team for Christ's sake.
I have friends everywhere. Yeah.
I love that. I put that in there just because that's like basically just letting Claire know that she's safe. And then my G,
Party bro is partying on.
He's got his earring in. He's got his robes on. He's literally in his pajamas. Just
living life.
It's just another day. Just another day in the office. And I love how they showed this because life for the rich, regardless of what happens, just continues as normal.
Well, not only that, because he doesn't really care. Like he has like a new woman over there, but he doesn't care about her really.
No, I don't think he cared about any of them. He never cared.
I think he cared about Mothma.
You think so?
Look, he looks sad. He needs to drown himself in drinking, so he's just partying to drown, to forget.
Because I guess this is like a year later. Yeah, look, but he's still pimping. He's still pimping. He's just driving around in his Lambo. He's fine. Then we cut to Dedra. So we get his conclusion. We got Vel and Claire's conclusion. We got Party Bro's conclusion.
Not
all
really
the other people. Well, we just see that he's living. Like, to me, that's all I needed. He's just a rich aristocrat. Freaking nothing's going to change for him no matter what happens. All this shit's going on and he's still just drinking and partying. Nothing's going to change for him. Dedra ends up back in the prison. Freaking hell. Just almost in the way that her ending kind of just fizzled out after Mendelssohn destroyed her.
Yeah.
Is just so ironic and actually a really cool way to just show how freaking evil the Empire is and how they
she can still work for the Empire now, so that's fun.
Yeah, that's right. And then the G.
Yeah.
Doing the walking pose.
Yeah, and then right after he goes to find Tivik, gets the info, and kills Tivik.
Yeah, fucking Lunan. Oh no, what does he say? Oh, Ortega. I skipped Ortega's speech where I thought I took that picture. Shit, I must not put it in. I must have skipped it, but I took the picture of Ortega talking to him about if I'm going to go against the Empire, I'm going to go down swinging, which is them agreeing to send him on the mission. So I thought that was fucking cool. Yeah. That's before that. Now, I want to talk to you about this because me and Lani had to talk about this and just thinking about how we think about life. How could you do that to him? How could you not tell him he has a kid? I feel like that's just got done dirty.
It's like it's like the same thing. He has to sacrifice his family for the greater good, and she knows it.
Yeah, yeah, and that's something that me and Lani. I don't think the only thing to me in life that matters is your family and your time that you get to spend with them in your life. And like we're big on like to be someone who would sacrifice your life with your child to go do something for other people that will probably never remember you again. It's just like you're missing out on one of the most important things in life is getting to spend time with your your offspring. Like, so what else is life?
So the whole idea of Caesar and season 2 Andor is kind of to show that that's not the most important thing in life.
I know, but I don't know how I feel about that. You're
still season 1 Andor.
To keep him from to keep him from his child. Yeah, I know. He needed.
He is. He's
He's
Star Wars
needed in the
Jesus.
rebellion.
He's
He is
literally
Star Wars Jesus.
Star Wars Jesus. Yeah.
Come on, that just broke my heart though. No, he's
No,
never.
and
He's never gonna know.
oh,
That
dude,
broke my
it
heart.
didn't break my heart because this is like losing sunshine. This is like showing them that they're thriving, and there'll be like a new day for the future generation. This is,
I
for
know.
me,
I
this
know.
was like a new hope.
Yeah, A New Hope. I know. But for Cassian, I feel so bad. He misses out on that.
Hmm.
It's sad.
Hmm.
Yeah, like you get where I'm coming from. Like I don't know if I
Yeah,
would
yeah, I
want to.
get where you're coming from, but I think they mostly show this to see what she sacrificed, but what the world got back in return.
Yeah, yeah. This is a show that's saying, what's the the greater good for the humanity in
Yeah.
the conflict of giving up your own existence and time and life for other people. You break my heart. You can't break something that doesn't exist. That's true. That's actually a really good burn. I think I have
Oh,
to
it's
burn
just
you for that.
facts. It's just facts.
Oh, that's hot.
And but this to me is what Star Wars is about, really. Star Wars is all like George Lucas. Star Wars has always been about family and hope, and this is family
Yeah,
and hope.
yeah. Just not for Cassian.
Not for Cassian. For the rest of the world, it's better.
Yeah, they better remember him, and the rest of the world won't even buy the figure to pay homage.
I'll wait for you now.
What did he do? What did he do it for? What did he do it for? You won't even honor him on your shelf.
I won't even.
He's just reiterating Lithan's speech in
Yeah,
season 1.
yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Sacrificed everything. For the
Okay, so
sunshine.
where do we put it in list of greatest TV shows of all time? Where are we going with this? What's our
Yeah, this
rating?
is easily
Tell me a show that's better. Tell me a
easily
show
top
that's been done
5.
better.
Easily top 5.
Yeah, tell me a show that's
I
better.
think also
Do it.
top 3.
Yeah.
But I don't know which shows would be 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah,
Is
it's
this
hard.
better than
Look,
Billions, John? Just say it. Just say it.
yes.
Nice.
Just. So close.
Yeah.
So close. Oh, look, there's a lot of great TV, but this is definitely
Yeah,
one
true.
of them. Like,
There's a lot
it's
of great
just
TV.
fucking. Just for me, though, I think one of the things that stands out. Yes.
And Andor.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Here we go. He's listening.
Billions and
His
C.
fingers are cute.
I couldn't get through C, dude.
Cobra Kai. You're missing out. You're missing out on some of the best. Cobra Kai is definitely up there. Cobra Kai is another show because we watch a lot of the behind the scenes where it actually looks like the cast all just love each other and get along. Half of them are dating each other, but that's another show where the cast actually gets along.
Yeah, but it's kind of ludicrous that you can name Cobra Kai in this lineup of top 3
How dare you?
series ever.
The way they finish, not top 3. Come on, top 2, please.
Easy.
Yeah. Oh God, I just want more shows that look like this, that have this much effort and time put in. Why can't everybody just?
Yeah, this much craft.
It's much craft for everything,
Yeah.
every aspect of it. I can't. Some shows have great things. Like here we go. Yes, 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 yes. I need the clip. Cobra Kai never dies. When Daniel says that to Silver in season 6,
Cobra Kai never dies.
Ice.
Dude, I love the what is it, like hit hard, it first or something? What is it
How
again?
dare you?
Uh,
Strike hard. Strike first. Strike hard. No mercy.
Dude, I loved season 1 because
Oh,
it was just
shit.
like a blast from the past, and they didn't take themselves too seriously. And afterwards, it just felt like
No.
they.
You can stop talking now. I don't want to hear any negativity on Cobra Kai.
Eh,
We are all in. The
eh,
greatest conclusion for characters, the way they finished that show for Miggy, for Robbie. Come on, best show ever. Anyway,
yeah,
we're talking
yeah.
about Lani, get him. We're talking about another fantastic show right now, and that is Andor. Often I will ban you. I will ban you. Another great show that was up there for me like this is the Jason Bateman one. Why am I forgetting the name? Ozark. That was
Yeah, I
another
haven't
one.
seen that one.
Yeah, shit. Wait till you're gonna fucking. It's gonna be hard to binge it, but you'll binge it because they're like hour-long, 50-minute episodes like this. But the story is just so fucking awesome. And Jason Bateman, best character he's ever played by far.
Ozark. Is it still on Netflix? Right?
Netflix, yeah,
Yeah.
Netflix. It's the new Silver Surfer, the female actress.
Mhm.
She's the other main character in the show, and she's one of the best female characters ever I've seen in a
cool.
show. Ruthie, she's such a cookie dog.
Cool.
She'll always be Ruthie to me. But that's it. So next week it'll just be Last of Us.
Thunderbolts? Or is it too late for Thunderbolts?
We talk about Thunderbolts. You're trying to make me work too much, aren't you?
I don't know, dude. Is it
Lines.
worth talking about Thunderbolts? I liked it. At least Act 1 and 2.
Why not? Why not? Because we might smash through Last of Us quickly. We never know.
Okay,
Let's do Thunderbolts. I'll just get a couple of screenshots online and we'll just talk about it. How's that sound? Often?
yeah, let's do it.
How's
I'll
that
just
sound?
go see it again on IMAX, maybe.
Do it. Do it. Now, I just wanted to ask you: are you getting the new Captain America?
No.
Is that on the list?
No,
you're
because it's
skipping
like the
that one.
same. It's actually the same as the old one, but more
Mhm.
blue, and an unglassed
Unmasked
headsculpt,
headsculpt?
maybe.
Yeah.
But it's not enough to get a new one.
The first one has. Look, the first one has long sleeves. This new one, short sleeves.
Wow, we need to get it.
W's in the chat if I should get it.
You
W's
sold
in the
me.
chat.
I need to have
W's
it
in the chat.
short sleeves.
And you need at least 2 Batmans, right? You need 2 Batmans?
Yeah, so maybe. Yeah, I was looking for like a second one, maybe, but I don't know. If Inat's actually going to do it, I would have so many Batmans.
No, Lonnie just gave me an L.
Burn.
W's in the chat if I should get the
Such a
Captain
burn.
America. I need more people to put W's in.
Such a burn.
Please, someone. Shit.
Ah, that's hot.
I don't need Fractal though. I don't need Fractal.
I
okay
pre-ordered
with
it
that.
day one.
Are you
Sort of the
serious?
Iron Man, yeah. It's just too special not to get for me.
God.
Sometimes
no.
I just get things because I'm curious how it's going to turn out. This is one of them.
I drop a G just to find out how it turns out. He says.
Yeah.
Oh God. See, I'm more about the Ben Affleck Batman because we just watched Justice League again, 'cause that being one of my favorite comic book movies of all time. Zack Snyder's Justice League, not the other one. I love those. I just spent some time with the Art Superman too, and I'm just loving the quality of that. So to have this new Batman and putting that Superman together from the movie, do a couple shots, it's gonna look good.
Yeah, I just saw a picture of the jazzing tumbler, and I was very much trying to not get it. But now that I've seen it, and that I know that
Anthony,
it's like 83 centimeters instead of like 70,
Anthony,
it might be too hard to pass up because it's
you
going
have
to
a
be
tumbler
beast.
behind you.
Yeah,
Anthony.
I know. So I thought I was going to be satisfied with this. But imagine what a beast it would be, dude. Do you need a tumbler? I know
my God.
asking for a friend.
I would love a tumbler. Yeah,
Dude,
I would love
cool.
a tumbler. Yeah. But no. Anthony, come on. You've got a tumbler,
Yeah, I know.
but you also love Jazz Inc. I understand.
Dude,
And
I was really set on passing on that tumbler. That's
you
what
were
she
never
said.
going to be. You were never going to be satisfied. He's got you. Yeah, he's got you.
It's going to
He's
feel
got
like twice as large as this one. It's going
Yeah,
to be
that's a
so
lot bigger,
imposing.
right? Yeah, that's a lot bigger. Will it even fit on that shelf where that one
Yeah,
is?
yeah. It's like
It will.
10
Okay.
centimeters
Okay.
longer,
Yeah. Okay.
higher, broader.
Nice.
It's just going to be a beast.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I need to think about that.
God damn.
Anyway,
Yeah, they're dropping fire at the moment. They're dropping figures left, right, and center. Jesus,
yeah.
they're out of control. They're building up for something. You know what? I think the 43 is coming. No, the 42. Iron Man Mark 42 from Iron Man 3, the gold. I think that's close to
Oh,
coming out.
the
I
head's
saw
coming,
someone
huh?
post it. Yeah, I saw a post someone posted like the next upcoming releases, and that's
Oh,
been all the ones that have come out is that I've
yeah,
seen.
true.
And the only other one on there that I remember is the Mark 42, and that is due soon. So
Cool.
yeah, look out for that one. If that comes out next, you heard it here first. All four of you.
Because you heard it
Oh.
from someone else.
Yeah, because I heard it from someone else. But you heard it. Wolverine. Oh yeah, Wolverine too.
Yeah.
Yes,
Could
you
be.
Jack. You Jack. It sucks because I want to put that. I would put that in probably my top 15 figures, and
Which
it
one?
might not come out. The new Wolverine. I think that's gonna be
Oh,
one
yeah.
of my favorites.
Yeah. Looks great.
It's gonna be Grail. Grail. Yeah, but it's not out yet. I need it. Anyway, Anthony, go to sleep, mate.
Yeah,
We'll be
well-
back next week, same time. We'll talk Thunderbolts. We'll talk
Well, not the same time, right? It's going to be original time, I think.
original
right?
time. Sorry,
Okay.
same time, different day, Sunday.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, guys. Thanks for coming. Thanks
Cool.
often. Have a good week, brother. Peace out, and we'll speak to you soon. Shout out to oh shit! Before I forget, the end credit. Play the end credit, then we'll end the show. How's
Cool.
that? Lokagi.
Oh, dude. It's halfway.
What the? What? Oh, it didn't work.
Do it again.
Hang on. Oh, there we go. Fucking hell. Fucking Lokagi. Thank you for sending that to us, brother. He lives. He lives. Okay.
One way out.
One way out. Legends. All right, guys. Peace. Ending stream
Bye-bye.
now.